If you were going on a trip, you would have certain needs. You would take certain things with you. But let's say you're going in a car and it's a journey that would require fuel and maybe it needs a tune up, maybe it needs new tires. You get it checked. So the vehicle has needs. Let's look at it that way. One of the needs might be just to be evaluated for whether it has needs or not. Is it in shape to make the journey? Let's say you're going to use this car to get somewhere. So you get it checked. So the first need would be to have it evaluated. Maybe a mechanic, or take it to the dealership or wherever you get it maintained. Or maybe you're a mechanic yourself and you could just look at it. You would make sure that you would have what you needed to make that journey. Do you need, I've seen these little decorations sometimes they'll put on the dashboard of a car. It looks like a little hula girl. It's on a spring or something and swivels around and it's cute. Or maybe an ornament that you hang from the rearview mirror. Do you need that? There's a need for novelty, for example. Is that essential for the journey? Probably not. Does it give you strength? Let's say that you're making this journey to see a friend and the friend had given you one of these items as a token of esteem many years ago, and it reminds you of your friend and why you're doing it. So you put it on the dashboard or you hang it from the rearview mirror to remind you of why you're doing it, so it gives you strength and purpose. So that does meet a need that will help you make the journey. So if you're trying to wake up, I'm answering this question for someone that wants to wake up to reality, not just be a particular individual hanging out and just doing worldly stuff. I would say that you're the one that evaluates whether your needs are important or not, that they be met to do certain things. Sometimes, if you have a need for validation or approval or a need to be heard or something like that, those can be important. But if they're part of an identity project that's just about trying to feel better about yourself, that's not really producing any movement or functionality that's related to the path of awakening, the apparent path. Some people say there's no path. Just whatever appears, whatever you're doing to get you there. So it could be the journey as you're going up a mountain. So do you have the gear you need? I would say that waking up is more like a mountain climbing expedition than a joyride or a vacation. You take what you need, and some things you leave at home because they're too heavy or you don't need them for that purpose. So if you have a token of esteem from a friend and you're doing it for that friend, you need to consider how heavy that thing is. Maybe they gave you a 50-pound kettlebell. You probably don't want to take that on a mountain climb. You leave that at home. You love your friend. Maybe take a photo of it, put it somewhere that's very light. You could look at it. You want to be lean and efficient. If you're trying to wake up, it is like climbing a mountain in a sense, and you don't want to get bogged down in some ego project. Like, I need to be heard, and you're constantly, let's just say that you're going around demanding everyone to hear what you have to say. You're going to alienate people, and it's not going to serve much of a purpose for you. But if you're considering going to a meditation retreat and you need transportation, say from a friend, they're going to let you use their vehicle, literally, to go there, and you want to make sure that it has enough fuel, for example, and your friend's kind of spaced out, and you're like, wait, I need you to hear this. I'm asking you, does the vehicle have enough fuel to get there? You're asking for their attention. You're asking to be heard to serve this purpose. But you're not asking to be heard just so you can feel good about yourself. That has a limit. Feeling good about yourself is not the worst thing, but it's not going to get you there. So I would focus on the things that will get you there, that are essential. It's like the beloved kettlebell your friend gave you. You just leave it at home. It'll be there when you get back. So the needs that you want addressed are the ones that are used to shore up your sense of self sufficiently for the journey up the mountain. And that's an ongoing process of evaluation. Like, what does it need? Does the car need a new paint job? No, probably not. It doesn't really matter to the functionality of getting there. Maybe once you get there, then you get it painted, because who cares? Traditionally, waking up is a very serious business, and there's a lot of renunciation that's recommended. Basically letting go of whatever doesn't serve the journey. And if you really look at, say, Advaita Vedanta and some of those texts, you basically leave your family behind. You own maybe a loincloth and a walking stick and a begging bowl. That's it. Maybe some sandals. And there's strict rules for that. Sannyasin is someone who's renounced the world as fully as possible so they can pray and meditate and study and wake up. It's considered very serious. I'm not saying you have to do that. I didn't do that. But I definitely tried to downsize as I went and focus on what really mattered.